Wearing a Lady Gaga shirt.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason, Joe, and Crams are here. It is our favorite singers of all time series. We've each made our own top 25 list, and we're revealing one at a time. Today, we're revealing our number 20s. If you haven't seen the first 5 episodes, make sure you go back and check those out. And I believe it's my turn to kick this one off. My number 20, going with a singer that at one point in my life would have definitely been in my top 5 and maybe at certain points been my number 1.
Ooh, can we guess?
Sure, you can guess.
I'm gonna say Ian Gillen.
Nailed it. Yeah, my number 20 is Ian Gillen, most famously of Deep Purple, but of course he was Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar. He did a brief stint in Black Sabbath. He's got his solo band Gillen, just a great singer. You know, I think right there neck and neck with Robert Plant for like setting the bar for what rock vocalists should sound like. Those shrieks in Child in Time are, you know, all-time great high male rock vocals. I'm still not sure that anyone's ever touched that. It's just incredible. But I think he's a lot more than just like a high-pitched singer. And I don't really think of him as a high-pitched singer. Like when I think of a Robert Plant, I think of a guy with a high voice. But when I think of Ian Gillen, I think of almost like a velvety, kind of smoother type of voice. He almost has like a crooner quality at times. Just really great, really powerful. He can be really powerful and soulful, even when he's staying down lower in his register. You can hear him doing that on a song like Wasted Sunsets from the Perfect Strangers album.
Hang on the wall, gold and silver for the blues. One too many wasted sunsets.
He's also a very rhythmic singer. I think he excels at those kind of like fast cadence type of melodies. They're almost like primitive, like pre-hip-hop type of cadences, the way he's singing on a track like Bloodsucker or on Highway Star or Fireball. These kind of like rapid fire lyrics.
Got a black breast, Chinese eyes. Got an English brain that's gonna make me wise. Got a long story that I wanna tell to a rhythm that I know so well. Really got it. Nobody gonna take my car. I'm gonna race into the ground. Nobody gonna beat my car. It's gonna break the speed and sound. Gonna ride above you. Show me where you're from. Magic in your heart, which is all you gaze upon. Stand up on your head.
His voice still, I think, sounds really good. Obviously not what it once was, but I think he was even still pretty much at peak performance into the late 90s on the Perpendicular record. Sounded fantastic on a track like Sometimes I Feel Like Screaming. I don't know. He's just got a million classic performances. I was trying to like go through and pick out songs, and every record has incredible tunes, and every song has these amazing moments where he gets kind of shrieky and high and really loud. And I don't know, he's just a commanding presence at all times. So Ian Gillen, number 20.
Very nice. Kudos to me for guessing it right. All right. I picked or promised that I would keep it classic rock for the next couple weeks last week. Wearing a Lady Gaga shirt, but that's just misdirection. My number 20. Any guesses? No guesses. I'm going with John Anderson of Yes. and prog, not a genre where you think killer lead vocals, but man, Anderson's voice isn't really like anyone else. It's kind of hard to describe. Obviously, he hits those really high notes. He's got a tremendous falsetto. He's got a lot of wind in him. He can really handle those high notes and stretch them out for a long time. But the sound of his voice isn't really like high pitched or, up in the clouds. It almost has like this soft kitten kind of squeezed sound to it, where it's really him pushing it out, because I don't think he has a very boisterous voice. It's not that bellowing or strong, but he just gets every little, piece of pulp out of that juice. It's very beautiful, it's very steady, and it just kind of floats and flows like a really calm stream, or floats like a butterfly. It's just, if you listen to the musicianship, and yes, and if it was just, Squire and all of them kind of jamming, you'd be like, what kind of vocalist fits this band? And you might not think John Anderson can do it, but he brings this kind of classical symphonic quality with just his voice, and it's just perfect. Obviously, like I said, he's got that high pitch, and he hits those high notes very smoothly, and he makes everything just sound so effortless. I love in Heart of the Sunrise when he does that sharp distance, like he's so high up there, and everything's just so pristine and tight.
Sharp distance. How can the wind with so many around me?
And he also has this like delicate, honest wholesomeness to the sound of his voice to make, lyrics about the fantastical and the cosmic and all of these themes and stuff really relatable. And I think the ability to alter his style to a bit more commercial sound in the 80s is very subtle and doesn't really get a lot of attention or credit, but he's very apt at doing it. Like an Owner of a Lonely Heart has like that cautious, like behind smoothness, quiet streak to it.
Prove yourself. You are the move you make. Take your chances, win or loser.
And then obviously we could do a whole episode on all of the vocal parts in Leave It. Absolutely sensational. All of the harmonies there. Just, he's got that really, there's even like a little bit of like ash and gravel in his voice. It's not completely like bright and poppy. It's a little bit like shaken. I don't know quite how to describe it. And then, like some of my favorite moments, I think he's an underrated, singer as far as emotion goes. He gets this really emotional iciness, like in Long Distance Runaround, where he does like the, did we really tell lies, letting in the sun shine? Like he just builds that up so nicely.
Just to remember the time you said bye. Did we really tell lies? Letting in the sunshine. Did we really come through?
It's like that childlike wonder to him, very angelic and playfulness, and I've seen All Good People. It's just a very charming, like pristine voice, very smooth, very calming, but does not bring down the feverishness which everyone is playing. It's just the perfect complement, and just literally the sound of his voice is just so pretty. So gotta go with John Anderson, my number 20.
All right. Yeah, two strong picks there. I'm gonna keep it classic. Little different genre though. I'm gonna go a little different genre. Definitely influenced by Gillen and Deep Purple. I'm talking about Rob Halford, the metal god. My second favorite metal singer of all time. It's a hint for the future, but yeah, Rob Halford. As far as dynamic, and as far as talent, I think he is the best metal singer of all time. I don't think anyone can touch his range, his diversity, and the way he can sing. He can sing like Freddie Mercury with a high falsetto. He can sing like a demon on a song like Painkiller, where it's just, nothing you've ever heard. He can do blues, started off as a real Deep Purple-y kind of Victim of Changes, where he's kind of growling, the bluesy backing band.
She doesn't see me anymore. Changes.
And then on the same album, he basically invents thrash with Island of Domination.
They smash through the clouds into the light of the moon. That's each word shouting, call destruction and doom.
His scream at the beginning of Dissident Aggressor is just, you have to hear it to believe it. It doesn't even sound human. But then, you know, in the same era, he's also covering Joan Baez without missing a beat, making it really like pretty and emotional.
Now you're telling me you're not nostalgic. Then give me another word for it. You were so good with words.
You know, they covered Fleetwood Mac and Spooky Tooth, and then invented thrash, and then, you know, did some great bluesy tracks and then metal tracks, and just the way he was able to be a vocal chameleon almost, singing all these different styles, I think is really impressive. I think for metal singer, you know, he was funny, clever. It's not, you know, the lyrics, the way he sings, not nearly as ham-fisted as you kind of associate metal with. And another thing he did better than maybe any other metal singer was he sang about sex without it being like really like cheesy and lame. Like he put some humor into it, and he put his own spin on things, as he was a closeted gay man for a long time. But you can kind of see, you know, what he was singing about in some of the lyrics of songs like Raw Deal and Savage and Burning Up.
Barely holding on to this flying body symphony. I used to dream in pictures, not in colors. To the free expression that the name is human rights.
You know, he kind of put it out there for people to read the subtext, and you know, I think that was pretty brave of him and of the band to be able to do that. And then he just kept going. You know, Firepower came out 4 years ago. He's practically a septuagenarian on it, and he's still just screaming his lungs out. Listen to, you know, the title track. Damn impressive for someone his age, be able to keep that range and that vocal style.
We fight this firepower, petrifies. Firepower between the eyes.
And you know, we did the Judas Priest catalog a couple, maybe like a month or two ago, and from top to bottom, I think just his vocal work, you know, he kept improving, he kept changing, much like the band. You know, they would add things to their repertoire, and I think that's super important and super impressive. And I think he's just the best, most dynamic metal singer of all time. Not my favorite, but as far as pure talent goes, I don't think anybody tops the metal god.
All right. Nice picks, gentlemen. Can't say I disagree with any of those. So well done. Let us know what you think of our picks and what your own picks are down in the comments. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and check the video description for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, website merch, and Patreon. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week for number 19.